On Thursday, writer, director, and producer of the new movie Isle of Hope visited the WVLG studios to chat with Big Mike and Angie Rose about the film starring Diane Ladd, Mary Stuart Masterson, and Andrew McCarthy.
It's Big Mike here, Angie Rose, Christopher James this morning, and we do have a special guest in the studio right now, and he's the director of a new movie called Isle of Hope. He's here with his dad, too, right?
Yes.
Hello, sir. Damian Romay.
That's right.
Damian Romay. By the way, your dad is right here. Omar. Hello, sir.
Yes, how are you? Good morning.
Good to see both of you here. And congratulations on making this movie.
Thank you.
And people have seen it, loved it. So I haven't seen it yet. I'm looking forward to seeing it. It's going to be playing this weekend right here at the Old Mill Playhouse.
That's right.
Now, opening day is, what day? Is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Friday,
Tomorrow.
yes.
You guys are going to be there at the theater, I think, saying hello to the folks, right?
Yes.
During 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock shows.
Yes.
That sounds good. Let's talk to you, Damian, the director of this movie. And first of all, I'm looking at your bio here, and I'm very impressed.
Thank you.
You got your master's degree in filmmaking, film and television stuff from the University of Southern California, USC.
Yes,
That's cool.
Thank you. Thank you. It was great. It was a great learning experience. I moved from Buenos Aires to LA to go to film school. So
Okay.
So I was lucky to get in from Buenos Aires. At that time, it was pre-internet, pre-phone.
Yeah.
Well, no, not pre-phone. It was everything on the phone.
Pre-phone, pre-writing. There was no paper.
Pre-everything. It wasn't pre-phone, but the phone was a complicated. It wasn't. It was hard to communicate in the phone back then to the admissions office.
You had to pay for long distance minutes, right?
And impossible to get connected. You always got a busy signal. It was just impossible. So I ended up flying to LA when I didn't hear back from admissions at USC, and they said I want to meet my admissions counselor, and she came out with 40 files, plopped them down on the desk, and said, "Damian, you have great grades, but why should I admit you in the school? I have 40 people with your exact same grades, same qualifications, same materials." And I asked her, I said, "How many of them are here right now?" So that's a good point.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Good answer. Yeah. Someday there'll be a movie about your life.
Well, maybe.
Lifetime.
I don't
Now,
know if it'd be that interesting. But.
You've made movies on Lifetime and Hallmark, right?
Yes.
You've done a bunch of those things.
Yes, I do a lot of Lifetime movies, a lot of Hallmark movies, other platforms like Up TV, GAC, PureFlix, all types of streaming services.
So this is not your first time around.
It's not
I
my
just want to
first
say you got a
movie.
great resume.
Yeah, but it's my first theatrical movie. Most of the stuff I do goes straight to television or
I see.
different streaming platforms.
Theatrical. That means it's going to be in a movie theater.
Yeah, first time it's going to be in the movie theater for real.
Yeah, for real. It's called Isle of Hope. Let's talk about it. Isle of Hope is a place, isn't it?
Yes, it's a place 8 miles away from Savannah, Georgia. Very beautiful, town close to the water. People used to go there to get away from the plague in the 1900s, and we got away from COVID there.
You filmed it during COVID.
During COVID, and we went there, and it was. The name resonated with us. I thought I could relate it to the story of the movie, and it was also where we shot it. So
Isle of Hope. Let's talk about the story of the movie. What is it about?
So the story is 3 generations of women. And it mainly talks about Victoria, played by Mary Stuart Masterson, and she's what a reviewer called in the sandwich generation. So she's taking care of her mother, Carmen, who's an older film star, and she has a teenage daughter who wants to travel around the world. And her mother...
I like that. The sandwich generation.
Yeah.
A lot of us can relate to that. Taking care of older parents and taking care of our kids.
Yeah.
So she's taking care of an older parent and also her daughter.
Also her daughter.
Okay.
And her mother has a stroke. Carmen has a stroke. And when she wakes up from the stroke, she thinks she's living 15 years in the past. And something called retrograde amnesia.
Yeah.
And so then what happens is it makes her reevaluate her life choices in the last 15 years and see everything that happened. Divorce, career choices, etc. And it gives her another opportunity to mend her relationship with her mother, who at the beginning of the movie is very fractured and and she's also dealing
Very
with a lot of
interesting.
things. So yeah, it's a
Great
family
concept.
movie.
Well, the daughter's played, as you said, by Mary Stuart Masterson.
Yes,
The mom is played by Diane Ladd.
Diane Ladd, wonderful
What
actress.
two great actresses,
Yeah, Diane Ladd, 3 times nominated for Academy Award. Alice doesn't live here anymore, and she's just brilliant actress. And Mary Stuart Masterson also made some great movies. We also have Andrew McCarthy, who everybody will know from the Brat Pack from the 80s.
Now a grown-up.
Now a grown-up, now a director. They're all, all of these actors are writers, directors, producers. They do it all, and they're all so talented.
Andrew
and
McCarthy,
Sam Robards, who's Jason Robards' son, and Lauren Bacall's son.
Wow.
And just a great cast.
And it sounds fabulous. What would you say the main theme of the movie is? It's kind of like about relationships, or
it's about family. It's about forgiveness. It's about saying the things you have to say before it's too late. Many times there's stuff left unsaid between parents and children.
Yeah.
And this movie tells you, you better get it out.
It's not too late.
Because you never know.
Yeah. Actually, I'll say this again. We can relate.
Yeah.
So this might actually help us to say the things to our own loved ones that we haven't said.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a very relatable movie. There's no explosions, no fantasy, no sex, no violence. So
then why should a guy go?
So you think
why should a man go to this movie if there's none of those things?
It might seem boring, but it's about the most interesting subject there is, which is human beings and how we relate to each other and the things we do to each other.
Yeah.
And I think people will really enjoy the movie. There might be some tears there, but there's also laughter. It's not all drama. So hopefully it'll be a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this twist that's in the movie, in the plot, about a woman who gets this amnesia that brings her back 15 years. So she doesn't know 15 years have passed. And
she doesn't know. She thinks her daughter's still married. She thinks she has a 5-year-old granddaughter.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Is that such a thing that happens to people?
It's a real thing. It happens sometimes after a stroke. Somebody can, brain does crazy things.
Yeah, we don't know much about the brain here. And let me just say a quick hello to your dad here, who's in the studio with us. Your dad is Omar.
Yes.
Hello, sir. You're proud of this boy, huh?
Yeah.
Do you live here in Florida now, or where do you live?
Yeah, we live in Florida.
So you moved here from Argentina after your son became accepted by USC. Yeah, that's a big thing.
Yeah, we did. We opened a local TV station in Miami.
You did?
Yeah, that was a low power at the beginning, then became a Class A station, and we produced 10 hours a day live television.
No kidding.
Yeah. We went from 20 employees to 360.
360 people work for you.
Yeah, because we produce a lot of variety shows and news. That was the concept. And
what's the name of it again?
Variety shows.
Variety. Okay.
And news. So we did a lot of talk shows.
Spanish language.
Spanish language dedicated to the Cuban community.
Okay.
So
interesting, because you're not Cuban.
Right.
Yeah.
But I learned a lot about them.
Right. Do you live in the Cuban area?
Yeah, Miami,
it's Cuban.
It's Cuban. They came in the 50s and 60s after the revolution, and they stay, and many more follow them in the 70s, in the 80s, 90s. So you have different generations of Cubans.
But also it's a total Latin American culture there.
Yeah. Yeah, but then came the Venezuelan, because Venezuela also had a problem, the same kind of problems. Nicaraguan, and South America in general. I am from Argentina, so Uruguay, Chile, Bolivia, Peru, everyone came to Miami.
Both you guys, if you put the movie aside, would be great subjects for anything. Both fascinating people.
Thank you.
And Omar, I appreciate you coming in this morning with your son. Damian, Romay, we look forward to seeing this movie. Anything about the movie that we haven't brought up yet that you want to mention?
No, I just think it's it's very hard to make these types of movies. It's a very small independent movie. It was produced by my father Omar, and based on an Argentinian play by a famous actor, writer, director. His name is Oscar Martinez, and And my dad saw this play, said, Damian, you should see it. You should make a movie based on
Yeah.
it. And that's how it all started. And we're now promoting it. You know, word of mouth is very important. So if you like it, you know, let people know that you like it. And
Yeah.
and we hope to get as many people as possible in the theaters. We're opening in 30 theaters in Florida. And hopefully this will just be the beginning to a nationwide, you know,
I
release.
hope so.
Yeah.
I wish you the greatest success. The movie sounds like a noble project to begin with.
Thank you.
And
It's a
as you
movie
said,
that a lot of people did, you know, in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Like Terms of Endearment,
Sure.
Joy Luck Club, that people don't do anymore. And it was
No.
a huge risk that my dad took to make this, and I hope it pays off for him and people get a chance to see
I'm
it.
not saying anything bad about Marvel movies or any of those things, but this is not one of them.
Not one of them.
This is more or less a thinking person's movie. If you have a heart and you want to see something wonderful, yeah.
Yes.
It's called Isle of Hope. Guys, thanks for coming in this morning.
Thank you so much.
Good luck to you.
Thank you for inviting me.
WVLG, your Village soundtrack.
Isle of Hope premieres Friday at the Old Mill Playhouse. Be sure to watch the trailer right here on VNN.